One. Okay, hey everybody. So we're here today with one of Dr. Wigoda's special patients. Hey Jenny, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks for joining us. So we're just checking in because we saw some of the posts that you were doing on Instagram talking about your surgery and thought we'd invite you to talk a little bit more about it with us here for this interview. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Jenny, some background.
I am currently working in the healthcare industry myself. I'm a staffing manager. So I've been doing that for a little over a year now. I interact with a lot of different types of people, and I also get to travel too. So I love being able to do that.
Very fun, very fun. So tell us about the surgery that you had with Dr. Wigoda and how you came about deciding that you even wanted to have this surgery.
So I had a rhinoplasty about 5 months ago now, and I've wanted a rhinoplasty or a nose job since I knew they existed. So it's been a long time that I've been wanting this, like over 10, 15 years. So I always knew I wanted to do it. It's just a matter of, when I actually felt ready to do it.
Can we ask how old you are?
I'm 26.
Okay, so since you were a teenager.
Yeah, even before that. Yeah,
Okay.
very young.
And so how did you finally decide, okay, I'm ready to do this?
Well, I graduated from college this past summer. I was always so busy with work and school that I just did not have a life. I didn't have time. But I thought, you know what, I'm done with school now. I'm just working. So I thought it would be a nice little graduation gift to myself to finally do it. So, yeah.
And so then how did you go about the process of finding which doctor to go to and what was that like?
South Florida is huge with plastic surgery, so it was overwhelming. I really just started off my search with Google. I put in plastic surgeons near me, and I just started looking at all of them one by one. And, I went everywhere from their websites. I went to all the different websites that have reviews for doctors. I looked at, of course, if they're board certified. I looked at different doctors and I looked at different websites for all these different doctors. So it was a lot of intense research.
Did you do any meetings, consultations with any other doctors besides Dr. Wigoda?
I had originally done a consultation years ago when I was younger, when I was about 16.
Okay.
Just decided that I wasn't ready to do it that young. I was still a little afraid. But this time around, no, I only consulted with Dr. Wigoda, actually.
Okay. And so we noticed on your Instagram that you were publishing, talking about your nose job before you even had it, kind of a countdown.
Yes.
So that was, that's, some people are more private about it, but you kind of put it out there. And I thought that was really interesting. So how did you decide to do that?
And I was hesitant about it because my nose was always my biggest insecurity. So even though it's out there, people can see it, I never liked talking about it. And because I felt like, okay, I talk about it, that's all everyone's going to see now. So it was something I avoided big time. But I'm like, you know what? This nose is going to be gone very soon. So like, do this. And I had previously years ago, I had gotten a breast augmentation, and although I never discussed it, there were some people that noticed, and they would actually ask me about it behind the scenes. And I was like, oh, wow, I didn't realize people were so curious about, breast augmentations. A lot of people were like, hey, I kind of want to do it. What do you think? So I thought about it this time around. I'm like, maybe I should share my journey just so that, people, if they're interested, they can come to me because I actually have experience with it. And actually, as I did my searches for plastic surgeons, I also looked for, real life experience with, having a rhinoplasty. And that's how I ended up on Instagram, because I would just search by hashtags. I would search rhinoplasty. I would search, nose job. And I was surprised. There's a lot of people out there on Instagram discussing their journeys with rhinoplasties and other plastic surgery procedures as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I bumped into a lot of Instagram pages just devoted to rhinoplasties. And it fascinated me because, you really got to see, what people go through. It's not just a before and after. They post, the pictures of them, with bruises and the bleeding. I mean, they don't hold back. And I appreciated that, just because it's not an easy procedure, but if you really want it, it's totally worth it. But it's nice to know what you're getting yourself into.
Right. It's almost like you got to see behind the scenes authentic footage of, other people on social media that helped you. So now you're helping them back, helping.
Exactly.
Great. So walk us through. So, now it's time for the surgery. How is the actual day of surgery, and what was it like then after surgery?
It was really great. I mean, I love Dr. Wigoda, and I also interacted with Marie a lot, who assisted throughout the procedure, and she was awesome. They kept me in the loop about everything. They knew I was a little nervous because I hate needles, so they definitely tried to keep me at ease. And they were all great. I felt very safe. That was important to me, just feeling safe, just because, again, it's a tough procedure to go through, and you're intubated, and safety is like a huge concern of mine. So it was just nice to know that I was in good hands. I felt comfortable, scared but comfortable.
Right. And what was the recovery like? Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, so I mean, the recovery was rough. I will be honest though, I didn't have any pain. I mean, if anything, it's more discomfort than anything. And I've discovered that a lot of people that have had a rhinoplasty will agree with me on that. It's just very uncomfortable. But, again, Dr. Wigoda and Marie, they were very thorough in telling me, this is what you'll feel afterwards, this is what to expect, and they gave me some tips on what I should do when I get home, keeping some frozen peas around, so I mean, it was a rough recovery, but they gave me everything I needed to make it as smooth as possible. And it really was. I mean, again, I didn't have any pain. At least I was able to sleep. I would wake up occasionally, but I was able to sleep for the most part. Yeah. And I mean, bruising went away very quickly too. I was lucky in that sense. So it was a smooth recovery.
That's good. And so when did you kind of feel back to normal?
I would say, I got my cast off on the 8th day after surgery. And even then I could tell, like, around my eyes that the bruising was pretty much gone. So, I mean, once that cast was off on day 8, I was like, here we go. Like, nothing happened. So
right.
It was nice. It was nice to just be able to go back to work, and people weren't, like, hey, what happened to you? Like,
Oh, that's great. That's great. So for somebody looking to get a nose job or any other type of plastic surgery, do you have any tips that you can share that you learned through your research and through your process?
Absolutely. I would say just do a lot of thorough research, just because you hear about one doctor in particular, don't just say, hey, I've heard about this doctor all the time, let me go to him. Like, really do your research, make sure they're board certified, because a lot of people claim they are. It's easy to say, oh yeah, I'm board certified in this, and they're really not, which is scary, but it happens. I live in South Florida, and I mean, you hear about, surgeries that go wrong down here a lot, and it turns out these doctors shouldn't even be practicing. So it's important to make sure they're qualified. And I would say also just read reviews from patients. And for me, especially when I was, doing my research for Dr. Wigoda, I looked for bad reviews. I want to see what people have to say, in a bad way, because sure, it's easy to say, oh yeah, it was great, blah, blah, blah. But like, what bad experiences have people had? Like, is it enough for me to say, maybe I shouldn't go to this doctor? Because again, like safety, for example, if someone didn't feel safe, I would be concerned if I saw that. But, obviously not everyone's always going to be happy. So for the most part, everything that was written about Dr. Wigoda was awesome. Like, there was nothing out there that made me say, I don't think I should see him. So yeah.
Okay, great. Well, we really appreciate you sharing the story and sharing the time with us. And we're also going to share some of the pictures from your Instagram, if that's okay, so that we can see some of your journey through the process. So thank you so much, Jenny. We really appreciate it. And good luck with everything. You're beautiful and inside and out. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.